All right, hello guys. Welcome back to my channel. This is CarChanneledTarot. Welcome if you're new here. Welcome back if you're returning. We are going to be doing a quick all signs, how they currently feel about you reading, okay? So please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Um, Watch for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, North Node, your Mars sign, okay? I highly recommend you guys knowing your birth chart and everything. So once you do that, you can watch for the signs in your birth chart. Okay, when you watch tarot, it helps a lot because you are not just one sun sign. Okay, I know you guys sometimes are stubborn to that. That's okay. But if you notice that you are not, um, you know, if you're not really relating to your sun sign or your moon sign, watch for a different placement. Tarot is not strictly for a certain sign. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Um, but we all have free will. So at the end of the day, I can't control what you do. Just enjoy the video, okay? So we are going to be using mostly Oracle for this video, okay? Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you have not already, okay? So this is going to be, yeah, Aries through Pisces, okay? So Aries, I'm going to leave timestamps afterwards. So if you want to come back and when the timestamps are posted, feel free to do so, okay? All right, so Aries, how does the person on your mind currently feel about you? Whoa. Okay. They feel like you're out the way, okay? Like you're not really trying to fuck with them, okay? You're being very unsocial, or at least that's how, yeah, you like your peace, okay? We got harmony, unsocial, and abundance mindset, okay? Um, I feel like this person feels like you are not trying to really be involved with anything that is why am I hearing fugazi? Okay. I don't know if somebody talks like that around you or something, but I just heard that. Okay. You're not with the bullshit. And you're trying to focus on your money. You're trying to stay out the way. Okay. And I feel like you're happy that way. So, period. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Keep in mind, this is rapid fire to the point messages. Okay. Yeah. They feel like you want your space. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay, they feel like you want your, like, please leave me alone. I'm hearing respectfully leave me alone and let me do what I need to do. Okay, you know what I'm seeing right now? Who was it? Yeah, Tyler, the creator. Some of you guys could be named Tyler. Okay, or you could be dealing with a Tyler. But I'm seeing that viral video where he was like cooking in the kitchen with that lady, and he was like, "Oh my God, can you please let me do what I need to do?" I'm I'm seeing that right now. Okay. So some of you guys could have that type of attitude. All right. How they feel about you? Yeah, retirement planning and receipts. Okay. Guilty as charged, evidence exposed. Okay. So maybe you found out something about this person, Aries, that you weren't too fond of. Okay. Um, so if you did and you're focusing on your bag now, period. That's what I do. Okay. Um, I have a lot of Capricorn in my chart, so when I do get hurt by people or if I get offended, I literally go to work. I start working. I start making more money. You know why? Because money, they say it doesn't buy you happiness, but guess what? If I can go and buy some good food that makes me happy, if I can go to a location and pay however much, that makes me happy. So yes, money does buy happiness, does it not? Okay. So I don't know why they don't say that. Money doesn't buy you happiness. Yes, it does. It literally can. You just got to know what to do. Okay. So it doesn't cost money to do things that make you happy all the time, but it can make you happy. Okay. So I don't know. Some of you guys, some of you guys could be having a debate on like whether money can buy happiness or something like that. Okay. With somebody soon. So channel message. All right. And the last one for you, Aries, we have storyteller. Okay. Excuse me. Aries, the person on your mind, they feel like you're a legend, okay? And I know that can sound, what, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say it sounds a little bit dramatic, but this is this is somebody who sees you on your shit, like you're doing your big one, okay? Um and I feel like the person on your mind kind of is a little bit hesitant to come towards you. So this could be someone that you're not really in contact with, okay? Um You could be in contact with them. You don't have to be, but I feel like there's still, even if you are in contact with this person, Aries, I feel like they're like, I don't know if I can, really approach Aries the way I used to. Okay. So, especially if you found out, something that they did, okay, that, you weren't fond of. Okay. So, let's do Taurus. Make sure to watch for your sun, moon, rising Venus. Okay. Taurus, this person feels like you are very financially abundant. Okay. um, or financially independent. You could be financially abundant too, but I meant to say financially independent. Okay, so some of you guys could be bosses. Some of you guys could be. Why was I just hearing homeowners? Okay, some of you guys could own a home. Watch for your sun, moon, rising Venus, or your Mars. Okay, but this person feels like you're stable. Okay, financially, financially. Heavy on the financially stable. Okay, I didn't say all around. All right, but let's see. And we have hotel here. Okay, so Taurus, this person feels like you are so is the word hospitable. Okay, like you have great customer service, even if you don't feel like do you notice how I just sighed? I'm like, ugh, but I feel like you're the type of person where even if you don't want to greet people, or if you're not feeling it that day, you're like, hello, hi, how are you? Oh my God, such a beautiful day, how have you been? Like you can put on an instant, this person feels like you put on like a face or something, you put on a show, even if you're not trying to. You can switch up pretty quickly if you need to. So even if you're like having a bad day or something, the person on your mind feels like they feel like, oh my God, Taurus was just screaming at me. And then they saw somebody say, hi, how are you? And they're like, oh my God, hi, how are you? Like it's like a switch. Okay. This person feels like you switch, you know. If you know, you know. Okay. I'm trying to explain it. But Taurus, the person on your mind feels like you have, like, time and place sometimes, I guess. Is that the right way to say it? I don't know. But you are a great host. Okay. So if you have people at your house or something, you're like, hi, can I get you, a drink, welcome in. Some of you guys work in customer service or something related to that, okay, where you have to deal with people like a lot of the time. Or you're just a people person, even if you're not a people person. Okay. Does that make sense? Like you are good at that. Some people are not good at small talk. I'm not good at small talk. But you guys, I feel like you're the type of person who you can have a fake ass conversation and get what you want out of it, or make someone feel like you cared. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that, but um yeah, so this person definitely sees you as someone who, you know you can have a genuine, or what seems to be a genuine small talk type of conversation. Okay, so anyways, let's see what else. Yeah, look. Change. Okay. Yes. Conversation. Confirmation, I meant to say. Okay. So there is something about conversing or conversating between you and somebody else or other people. I feel like that might be what you do for work, or even if it's not something that you do for work, you could be someone who you're really good at that. So if you're not already in like customer service or hospitality and stuff like that, I used to want to do hospitality and stuff like that growing up, aside from photography and stuff. But I realized as I got older, I don't really want to talk to people every day. Okay. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. Somebody just went live for an Aquarius video. So, anyways, well, let's see. You know how to change the vibe, Taurus, okay? Even if it's within yourself, okay? You're like, you could be cussing somebody out. Like I said, you could be cussing somebody out. You could be saying this and that to the next person. But if somebody else walks by and says, hi, Taurus, you're like, oh my God, like your whole mood switches, okay? So, I don't know. Something like that, okay? Somebody's name could be Felicia, okay? But we have by Felicia. You're like, I don't care. I don't care. Like you're cussing me out, or I just cussed you out. I'm gonna go talk to this person over here. because they didn't, piss me off. So I don't know. This person feels like you leave situations easily. There's something about the way you switch up, or it seems like you switch up, or you're able to switch moods based off of who you're talking to. That's it. That's it. Okay. So let's get one more because I feel like I just said a lot. And this person could always be trying to catch you, Taurus. Okay, like I said, you could be someone who moves around a lot. You're like here, you're over there. You're talking to Stacy. You're talking to John. You're talking to why am I hearing Zozo? Okay, I don't know. Okay, but Zozo. Okay, somebody's name could start with a Z. Zola, Zaria. Okay, channeled message. But this person feels like, yeah, that is technically traveling. The travel card just came out. Okay, so you're over here, you're over there, you're like everywhere. Okay, you could like to travel too. Okay, and we do have hotel here too, Taurus. So when it comes to how this person feels about you, they feel like mm-mm, relax. Okay, I wasn't talking to y'all when I said that, but this person could feel like you need to relax a little bit, or they wonder like, damn, is Taurus gonna take a break? Is Taurus ever gonna like sit down? Okay, so it's something like that. Anyways, let's go to Gemini. We spent a lot of time on Taurus. Okay, let's see. I know a few people are gonna see this right now because my views are messed up, but it's okay. We're gonna keep going. Okay. Gemini, how does this person currently feel about you? I have the house to myself today, so that is why I'm down here and you guys can see, you know, some environment rather than just my desk upstairs. But anyways, Gemini, this person feels like you're a little bit passive, like passive aggressive. You guys could have Cancer in your chart. You don't have to, but this person feels like you could be kind of like Taurus. You could have Taurus in your chart, but different. You could be someone who this person feels like you are someone who puts on a show, or you do. Because whenever I see this card here, performance and sing, yeah, she's putting on a show, right? She's a performer, but at the same time, it's like a little bit extra. So Gemini, this person could feel like, oh my God, this person could feel like you are extra, or you do things. You know what this is also reminding me of? I used to have a Gemini best girlfriend, right? And it's funny that this is coming out because she literally she was in theater and stuff, and I like theater for the most part, but she was in theater. So, like, hanging out with her, she would just burst out into song. She would be like, I'm not going to sing. You guys know that. But she would just start singing like real bold and loud and whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, she's doing this again, and I wasn't hating. I was just like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing now. Like, okay, cool. Like, but she used to do stuff like that, and it was like anywhere. Like, she would start singing, just anywhere, like a theater kid, because she was. But and that's funny because she was a Gemini, or she is a Gemini. She's not, anyways. So Gemini, the person on your mind feels like you do things in excess. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, okay? I don't think this person thinks the way you act or, you know, express yourself is a bad thing. I think they just think like, wow, the Gemini would do that. The Gemini would, you know, put on butterfly wings. She's a fairy. Yep, yep. Okay, yeah, she would put on butterfly wings. Like, this is what she would do. I feel like it could be a friend that you're thinking about, okay? I don't know. But the person on your mind feels like, yeah, the Gemini would do that. That is something that the Gemini would do. I'm not surprised. That's the Gemini. Okay, so it's something like that. They could also feel like you're a little bit passive aggressive though when it comes to like real subjects, or something that may be a little bit more serious. This person feels like you don't really take something too serious. If something gets serious, you're like, ugh, can we get this over with? Like, come on, like, where's the party at? shut up, girl. Like, shut up, boy. Like, oh my God. Like, are you really crying over this fuck nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. But you know what I'm saying? This person is like, and what's next? Okay. Like, this person feels like you don't really take time to like process emotional things, and that you're just ready to party 24/7, okay? Or even if it's not partying per se, this person feels like the Gemini doesn't care about my feelings. You might not, okay? You might not. Because all the Geminis that I've dealt with, and I've dealt with Geminis for years, I'm a Sagittarius. So me and Gemini are one and the same, except we're very different, okay? We're sister signs, you know what I'm saying? So some of y'all might be Sagittarius, but um, what I've noticed about Gemini sons, at least, is that they will show one side to you unless you're really close to them. And when you get close to them, you start to see how they're cool with anybody. They'll, hang out with anybody. You're like, what are you doing with the elote lady hanging out at the bar? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the Gemini. This person could feel that way about you, Gemini. Like, you just kind of go wherever, you don't really like this person could feel like you need to be a little bit judgmental sometimes, because I feel like they question, what are you doing with that person? Like, what? Like, I don't know. I hope that makes sense. This person feels like, yeah, look, thief, what are you hanging out with criminals for, Gemini? What are you doing out there? Like, you're like, you see how she's like, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Like, hey, how you doing? Like, she's casually just talking to the weed man. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but you know what I'm saying. She's casually talking to a criminal or someone who does like some shady ass work, right? So, that's how this person sees you. They see you as a very expressive, like, oh my God, the Gemini would do that. I'm not surprised, but it's a little surprising. You know, I feel like your unpredictability to this person is very predictable. Okay. Does that make sense? And at the bottom of the deck here, we have hookup. Okay. So there could be something about your sex life that is significant. Okay. Man or woman. This person could feel like you have a lot of hookups or one night stands. Okay. Something about that. Oops. I meant to put these. There you go. I meant to put these over here. Let's go to Cancer. All right, Cancer, how does the person on your mind truly feel about you? Oh no. What happened? Hold on. Sorry. So, Cancer, this person, the way this like dropped on the floor over there like that, okay? Um I just heard like fuck the peace, like fuck this, fuck that. You know, fuck your harmony. Okay? I don't even talk like that for real, but Cancer, this person could feel like you when you're irritated, you turn into like a demon. Okay. I'm not calling you a demon. Okay. But I'm just saying, I feel like this person, you're like, oh, fuck it. Everything's off the table. Fuck you. Fuck that. You're cool. I feel like maybe you, okay, I didn't mean to say that, but like maybe you have like one person that you hang around that you're actually cool with. Like you don't really mess with other people, and if you do talk to other people, it's very short lived because you get like irritated real fast, or the way you kind of like switch up and you get like real tense or something like that. You're like, oh, fuck it, fuck the peace. I feel like you're ready for war, okay? Or it seems like that. This person feels like you're always ready to, tussle, okay? So, and you know what? They do say, I'm gonna mention it because I notice it. I've known a lot of cancers in my life. There's a reason why we got a love-hate relationship, okay? Because y'all are shady when you talk. But I love y'all, okay? I do like y'all, but at the same time, you could be more direct, okay? Cancer placements. But anyways, this person could kind of feel like, but I have noticed what I was saying is like I have noticed that cancer placements, will, at least Cancer's sons will fight you, okay? Whether it's verbally or physically. I feel like a lot of Cancers that I've known, I'm not saying all of you, okay? I'm saying the ones that I have known, which is a lot, have been quick to get physical, like, oh, you want to fight type shit, okay? So that's why I laughed when the peace card like flew onto the ground because I'm like, oh, okay, Cancer, you got that, you know, seems like you're about to bite someone damn near, okay, when it comes to your emotions or how you feel about somebody or something. Okay, so let's see. How else does Cancer's person on their mind currently feel about Cancer? Ah, yeah, you're like, give it up, bitch. The time is now. Okay, why is it so aggressive? Okay, Cancer, I know y'all are the mother and you know you're the 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 mom of the zodiac, and is someone from Wisconsin or something, or Minnesota or Canada? Because why did I just get a, I'm from Minnesota, but why did I just feel like I just, the accent slipped out a little bit? Anyways, okay, some of y'all could have an accent even if you're not from those areas. Anyways, this person feels like you are quick to give up your peace. Okay, even if you say, oh, I'm just chilling, I'm, you know, I'm doing my own thing, I'm staying out the way, blah 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 blah. Once somebody gets you to that point, you're like, oh, fuck it, you know, I'm, you know what, let's fight, let's fight. Okay, this is how your person is perceiving you, okay, or how they feel about you. They feel like, damn, the Cancer, you know, they, I thought they were chill for a while, but somebody brought it out of them. Okay, I'm hearing Leo. Somebody, maybe a Leo pisses you off to get you in this type of way. Okay, because I just heard like lion, so you could be dealing with a Leo. Um, or maybe the person you're thinking about is a Leo. We'll see. Not we'll see. Why did I say that? We'll see. Okay. Anyways, let's go to Virgo. Virgo, how does the person on your mind truly feel about you currently, like right now? Oh, they feel like you they feel like you focus so much on them. Like you're always like, what are you doing? That's a Virgo thing. No shit. Okay. So that makes sense. Okay. Um Virgo, this person feels like the Virgo's watching me 24/7. When I look over my shoulder, there's the Virgo. When I go to the bathroom, there's the Virgo. When I think there's no camera around, the Virgo's standing over there with the camera. I'm hearing in my face, okay? You know, this person feels like you have constant eyes on them, okay? So I don't know why. It might just be their own paranoia. I don't know. But they feel like you're always like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, what are you doing? Okay. So this person, even if you're not doing that to this person, they feel like, oh my God, the Virgo knows what I'm doing. The Virgo knows that I was doing this. Oh my God, the Virgo's gonna find out. Like I feel like they might be a little bit paranoid. And for some of you, this person actually, you are watching this person like a hawk. Okay. You hear my refrigerator? Like, Virgo, hello, knocking at the door. Okay, the Virgo's here. Why am I hearing here's Johnny? Okay, like somebody could be named Johnny. Okay, but let's see. Okay, how does this person currently feel? Ah, that's funny, low key. I'm sorry, Virgo. Not for your person, it's not funny, but Virgo, this person, they feel like a little bit or a lot of bit frustrated because you make them feel like whoever you're thinking about, they don't feel loved, and they're kind of fed up with it. They feel like, how are you going to watch me 24/7 but then go do, you know, live your best life? Like, what is, how does that work? You know what I'm saying? Like, this person's like fed up because you make them feel unlovable because you get to do what you want, but when it comes to them, you're watching them like a hawk. No, you can't do that. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? That's how your partner feels. Okay, so this could be your partner. I didn't mean to say that, but it sounds like a love situation. If you're doing that to somebody who's not your partner, you need to relax. Okay, just saying. But Virgo, this person feels like they're like, damn, the Virgo's on my ass. Okay, so they're kind of fed up with it though too. They feel like, how are you gonna watch me, but then you get to go live your best life? Like what? Okay, so that's how this person feels. They feel like you need to like lay up. Maybe they want to cuddle with you at the same time. This person's conflicted, Virgo. They love it and they hate it, but have they left yet? No, it must not be that bad. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to Libra. Libra, how does the person on your mind currently feel about you right now? Let's see. Oh, ew. I'm so sorry. Okay. I just heard stinky. Okay, this person could feel like stinky, stink. Okay, hopefully not. But we just got zoo. Okay, but I heard stinky. Okay, so some of you guys, oh, there's a cardinal. Oh my god, you could feel not you could feel you could be thinking about a passed on loved one. Okay, I just saw a cardinal. That's real crazy. I love when synchronicities happen during my videos and everything. So, or even in daily life, I feel like everything happens for a reason. But Libra, if you had previously lost somebody, and if you're thinking about someone on your mind that is no longer on this earth, maybe they knew you when you were a stinky baby. Okay. Um, Okay, we're saying this lightheartedly. I'm not making fun or anything. I think it's cute. But somebody may have known you when you were like in diapers. Okay, you could be thinking about that person, or that's the person that is coming through for you right now. Okay. Um, let's see. How does this person? Okay, this person, whoever's on your mind, Libra, they feel like you plot on people. Yeah, you plot on people. Huh. Excuse me. Libra, this person feels like you have a wonderful memory, but sometimes you use it for negative things. Negative things. Okay, so if somebody does you wrong, I can relate to this. Okay, I'm technically a Libra. I'm a Scorpio rising 0 degree. So I always relate to Libra stuff, Libra readings, Libra everything, Libra people. That's why I like y'all for the most part. But anyways, this is like Libra, I feel like the person on your mind feels like you, when things get out of hand, you clock it, but not out loud. You kind of just like tuck it away in your mind to, we'll handle that later. It might be 10 years later. Some of y'all could have Scorpio in your chart, okay? So they feel like you're vengeful, Libra. Um, but you're also very noble. That's the thing. Like you are, I was about to say, yeah, a balance between the two. You can be chaotic, you can be evil, and you can be an angel and, someone that people need by their side pretty much. So you could be good and you could be bad. That's Libra energy, okay? So that makes sense. So, yeah, Libra, this person feels like, but they notice something about maybe you appear a certain way. Okay, you can be very attractive and people kind of just, why am I hearing fall to your feet? Okay. People kind of just want to do stuff for you or something like that. And but whoever you're thinking about, they must know you in a closer sense, because this person's like, oh well, the Libra actually the Libra made that person lose their job 2 years ago, and they don't know that it was the Libra's fault. It's like some vengeful shit. Okay, so let's get one more. We got to speed it up. We have Tavern. Okay. This is okay, Libra. You are the definition of keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I don't like that bullshit, because if you don't like somebody, why the fuck would you have them around? Okay. I remember being, there's that cardinal again. I remember being younger and like seeing that phrase. I think the first time I really saw that quote is like keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I think the first time I saw that was from Pretty Little Liars. I'm pretty sure that's a, somebody could think you're a liar, Libra. Okay. I don't know. But you're like a pretty little liar. Like I said, you could be very attractive. But anyways, the first time I saw that was like I think one of the episodes from Pretty Little Liars is called Keep Your Friends Close and Your Enemies Closer, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so yeah, like you do dirt. You're like an Alison De Laurentiis, okay, or a Spencer Hastings. Okay, some of you guys might have really liked that show, when it was, if you're anywhere near my age, that's what we used to talk about, like Tuesdays, I think it was. Every Tuesday, me and some girls in my biology class in high school would, you know, catch up on and discuss the Pretty Little Liars episodes, and look, I can't ignore that. We have scarcity tactics, okay, Libra? So yours kind of scary, Libra, but you're calm about it. You're like, all right. Like I said, you don't like lash out, not often. This person feels like they gotta low key like watch their back. Like, what could the Libra do at any given moment, Um, but they also feel like you're very sweet, you're a noble person, you're a good person. But they also are like, did I fuck up ever? Because the Libra's gonna come for me? So let's go to Scorpio, okay? Scorpio. Woo! We're almost done, guys. Okay, Scorpio. I can't believe my views are messed up. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. Oh, anyways, but we're still gonna keep going. All right, Scorpio. How does the person on your mind currently feel about you? They feel like you are career oriented, okay? And that's funny. Some of you guys could be dealing with the Libra or what was I about to say? Oh yeah, because that's fun. Hello. That's funny that came out because after I just did the Libra reading, I was talking about like you're a noble person. It literally says on the card right here that came out for Scorpio, meeting a noble person. Okay, so there's something about like they feel like you're a pretty good person overall and that you're mostly focused on your money. Okay. The person on your mind also could feel like, you are rejecting them because of some sort of breakup that you went through and you're mostly focused on your money. This person also feels like you're low key like envious of people, okay? Even if you think you're not, the person on your mind feels like, yeah, the Scorpio is hating on Sarah because the Scorpio doesn't actually have that, or the Scorpio, they can't do that themselves, or they feel like they can't do that themselves. So this person feels like whoever you're thinking about, I'm not saying it's how you are or how you're thinking. This is how they feel about you, okay? This person is like the Scorpios only hating on blah 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 because they didn't do this for themselves. Like they're seeing it from a more, I want to say, logical standpoint. Because I had that whole discussion yesterday, I think. I think it was for, I forget which reading. I think it was for Aquarius. Some of you guys could be dealing with an Aquarius, but this person, they feel like happy people don't, just go around trying to, torment. I'm channeling a lot in this reading. I didn't mean to say that. Happy people don't normally go around and make other people feel like they're doing something wrong when they're just living their life, okay? Some of you guys, this person could feel like you kind of torment people for fun when you're envious of them, okay? So I don't know what that's about. Let's hope not. We don't like that. Ah, okay. Forgotten person just, hold on. Forgotten person just flew out on the ground over here. Okay. So, Scorpio, this person, they feel like you make people feel like they don't exist anymore. I'm hearing that TikTok sound. I forgot what it's from, but it's like, you don't even exist to me. Okay. So, this person feels like it could be about old friends. Like you kind of just poof, or you make people feel like they don't matter. like they never mattered. There's something about the way you reject people or walk away from people that makes them feel like, oh my God, the Scorpio, they never cared. Oh my God. It's kind of like, damn, what the fuck? Like, I don't know if you make people feel like you give a shit about them or not, but the way you leave people, the way you get back at people, even if it's years later, on some revenge shit, this person feels like you plot. You're kind of like the Libra. You could be a Libra in Vedic astrology, but you plot, Scorpio. You do things in a way where it seems like premeditated the whole time, even if it wasn't. Even if it wasn't, okay? Take it how it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. All right. Sagittarius, give me a second. I need to take a break for 1 second. Hold on. I'll be right. All right. So we should be good. All right. So we should be good. Okay. Okay. We're on Sagittarius, by the way. So I think I'm just trying to find the right angle for when I'm in the house here. But Sagittarius. Okay. Sagittarius. Let's see. How does the person on your mind currently feel about you? Let's see. They feel like you're running away, okay, from them. That's such a sad. That's funny that came out. We have running away, okay? So Sagittarius, this person feels like, you run away from them, or you kind of run it, whether it's emotionally or physically, I don't know, depending on your situation, but this person could feel like you often like distance yourself from them, okay? Or you only like read, this is very specific, but like maybe this person follows your period cycle, okay, or your moon cycle or something, or the moon cycles. So Sagittarius, this person feels like you only hit me up. Some of y'all might be full moon, new moon babies, okay? Or you only hit this person up when there's like about to be a like you're ovulating or something, okay? Something about that. So I don't know. But this person definitely feels like as soon as you're done, this is like sounds very specific, but as soon as you're done being aroused or whatever, you're like, bye. See you next full moon. See you next new moon. Okay, like this person feels like you only come around when your period is about to be on. That sounds so specific. Otherwise, yeah, you don't care about them and you're focused on your money. Okay. That's low key funny. Okay. So this person, you could see them in the next couple of days, okay, whoever you're thinking about. But they're also like, this is unhealthy, Sagittarius. This is not right. How are you gonna only hit me up on, when your period's about to come on? How are you gonna only hit me up when, the new moon is about to happen? Like, what the heck, Sagittarius? Don't you like me any other day? No. Okay, like I feel like this person's like, does the Sagittarius like me? Even if you're a man, maybe you only come around if you're feeling horny or something. Oop, um, you need something to get your rocks off or whatever, and this person's like, I guess. I don't think they're saying that in a way that they don't like you, but I think they like you more than you like them. Like if you only come around to have sex or to, you know, get some head. Okay, this is like a sexual reading, I guess. But Sagittarius, this could be someone you just have sex with, and this person feels like a used object. Okay, we have numbing. So this is somebody who's like, I'm not gonna give the Sagittarius up though. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna still fuck with the Sagittarius, even though they only hit me up for this and that. Okay. This person also feels like when there is drama, you're like unaware of it or you're unbothered by it, or at least that's how you are now. Okay. We have total drama action and unbothered. So maybe what used to upset you doesn't upset you anymore. Okay. Which is good. Um, or just in general, it's like, you're like, I don't, what? Who's mad at me this time? Who's mad at me at this hour? Okay, like you don't really give a shit. You're like, okay, and what's next? What's new? Okay. So why did I just hear like a squirrel trying to get a nut? Okay, that's how this person feels. Yeah. Okay, this person feels like you just want them for sex. You just want them for whatever for their coochie or dick, okay, man or woman. I don't know. This person, they feel used, Sagittarius, okay? So I don't know if that's what you're trying to do or not, but this person feels used. And I'm just saying, if you're thinking that a Sagittarius, not all, okay, but if you're thinking that a Sagittarius is gonna like commit to you off rip, you got to be offering a lot, okay? I'm just saying, you got to have it all, okay? But if you're not, Sagittarius is probably just gonna fuck on you and dip. I'm just saying. Or they might continuously sleep with you. But do they really give a shit? Like, could they leave you tomorrow? Yeah, they could. Okay. Um, depending on the person's chart and everything, but this is like somebody who they want more, Sagittarius. Okay, let's get one more. Let's get one more card for this person, how they feel about you. This could be someone that you divorced, okay? We have divorce, breaking contract. They feel like this is enough, Sagittarius. How dare you use me? I am more than my body. That's like literally. Okay, what's this person's deal though? Like, I mean, do you like them, Sagittarius? This person's like not, they feel like you're hiding how you really feel, or that you only like use sex as a. Why is this person thinking this deep into it? What the heck? This is like, Picture your friends with benefits like, I think Sagittarius likes me more than da da da. Even if you do like this person more than just sex, why is this person's like super in their head about it, and they're starting to like get in their feelings over the fact that maybe you are okay with either or, like maybe you're okay with just having sex, and if it becomes more, it becomes more, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the vibe you guys have, and this person's just like, well, I'm tired of being used, but I'm also going to go back. Okay, so I don't know, Sagittarius, let's go to Capricorn. We need to wrap this up. Okay, Capricorn, let's see what Capricorn, how does this person currently feel about you? Let's hurry up. This person feels like you're elevating after a stagnant period. Okay, so if anything was like stagnant for you, or if you were having, I don't know, money troubles, life troubles, family troubles, this person feels like you're finally freeing yourself from, the shackles of what the fuck. Okay, the shackles of, the torment. Why am I talking like so like medieval times, okay, or something like that? Maybe this is somebody older than you, or maybe they like medieval times or something like that, or I don't know why I'm hearing Amish too. Somebody could be Amish, okay? But this is the person on your mind feels like you're freeing yourself. You're finally, getting off the ground, okay? So if there was a stagnant period, whatever you're doing, with whatever you're doing, or I don't know, like I said, it could be family, love, maybe you weren't dating for a while. This person feels like you're finally, getting back out there, okay? You're finally taking a leap of faith, you're finally saying, I can do this, okay? So this person feels like you're gaining some sort of confidence that is, it shows, okay? So let's see. Ooh, reconcile, school, and lipstick evidence, okay? So Capricorn, this person could feel like, watch for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, etc. But this person could feel like you, if you want to reconcile with them, you got to kind of like learn them all over again, because they feel like you cheated. Or even if you didn't cheat on this person, you guys could have been broken up or whatever. This person's like, okay, well, I don't know who you've been with. So you got to know me all over again. You got to learn me all over again if you want to reconcile with me. Okay, so this person could have an ego on them. Okay, um, but this person could feel like, yeah, you're doing good in life, but can you come back into my life? So this is like a reconciliation, either about to happen or it's happening right now. Okay, um, but this person feels like you don't even know me anymore, Capricorn. What do you think you could just pop up? You think you could just, I don't know. Are some of y'all doing that or whatever? Because this person feels like, where have you been? Because I've changed a lot. I've done a lot of this and a lot of that, I don't know, Capricorn. This person feels like the audacity you have to just think that you can reconcile with them. Okay, so yeah, because look what just came out, independent, going your own way. Okay. This is like, this person has discovered themselves, Capricorn. Okay, they're breaking free, or they feel like you're doing that. I think this person wants to do whatever. If you're being more free now, Capricorn, this person wants to do the same thing, but they kind of feel stuck at the same time. So I feel like they're low key jealous. I don't know. They're low key jealous because I'm not even gonna get into that because I feel like Capricorn, you struggled. Like you had times where you were down bad. You know what I'm saying? You had times where you couldn't get anything. You couldn't get a job. You couldn't get, a lover. It's not that you couldn't, but it's that you kept running into, probably bullshit people, right? So you struggled. This person is acting like you never struggled a day in your life. And now that you're finally free, or that you finally can, you have your own man or something, or you have a girlfriend or a new job or something, this person's like, yeah, all right. It's like a weird jealousy thing. I don't know. Because they see you doing good, but then they're also kind of like hating on you. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. So let's go to Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. Let's see. Almost done, guys. Is this an hour yet? Okay, we could finish this at an hour. Perfect. Okay, so Aquarius, church and sex only reversed. Okay, hello. You want to show her bits. Okay, but Aquarius, this person is like, how they feel about you right now? They feel like you're religious and that you're keeping the cookie in the jar. Okay, if you catch my drift, this person feels like, no sex before marriage, please. Okay, no ew. Why did I just hear like we can't even go through the back door? Like, I don't know if this person's trying to like have sex with you or something, Aquarius, or they want to, or they will want to. This person could feel like, and you're just like, no, I follow the rules. I follow. Oops. Let me not. I don't want to show that. Okay, but they feel like you're very strict on your beliefs or your belief system. Okay, so whatever it is that you believe in, especially if it has anything to do with sex or sex before marriage. Okay, some of y'all could be Mormon or whatever. You know how they talk about the Mormons and stuff, and they have um what do they call it? Where they like bounce on the bed or something. Okay, is that a real thing? Okay, don't quote me if anyways, but if whatever you practice, this person feels like you follow that, like you're very strict about it. Okay, you're strict about your beliefs or your belief system. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, what do they call it? Soaking. Okay, I know some of y'all know what I'm talking about, so don't act like I'm weird or crazy. Okay, look it up. Anyways, this person feels like you just want to be friends with them, or that you act like you just want to be friends with them, like you're not trying to ooh talking shit. Okay, Aquarius, this person feels like you would talk shit about them. Mm, I mean, would you? Do you talk shit about this person, Aquarius? You know what I'm hearing? I just heard like, well, I'm just being honest. Aquarius, you do realize that, even saying things out of honesty sometimes can be talking shit. Okay, so I even have to, I don't care anymore. But growing up, a lot of the time, there were girls that were saying, because I would just be saying how I feel, right? I'm a Sagittarius, but in an Aries moon, but I would just be saying how I feel. And these girls would be like, why are you talking shit? And I'm like, hmm, talking shit or telling the truth? So maybe some of y'all are like that. Okay, this person could feel like what you call telling the truth or being honest, they feel like you're insulting them. Okay, so some of you guys, I don't know, if you care, maybe be a little bit nicer to this person or watch how you say certain things, because I feel like this person, they're like, oh my god, the Aquarius is hurting my feelings. How dare you? You didn't have to say it like that, Aquarius. You didn't have to do it that way. You didn't have to be that mean. You didn't have to be that harsh. Okay, then how else are you supposed to say it though? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like people need to be more direct and honest so that people can act accordingly sooner. That's just the way I see it. Okay, so Aquarius, I low key feel you. Okay, but let's go to Pisces. Oops, I meant to put these over here. Okay. All right, Pisces, let's do your reading. Okay, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you have not already. Okay, Pisces, this person feels like you want to take a break from them. Okay, how does this person currently feel about Pisces? They feel like you need to work on your money or that you're trying to budget more, okay, when it comes to your finances. This person also feels like you're very deep, Pisces, which would make sense, okay? Because Pisces are a water sign, okay? So even if you're not trying to be deep, this person's like, I feel like throughout talking to you, they're like, whoa, that was deep. And you could just be like, okay. Like you don't see something as that like profound or whatever. You're just like, I learned that when I was 2. Like, okay. And this person, whoever you're thinking about, they are like, wow, the Pisces just low key changed my whole mindset on something. And you're like, have you lived a day in your life? I don't know. maybe this person also feels like you kind of treat people like they're dumb, okay? Because what you know, like the level of knowledge that you have, Pisces, to other people, it's profound, but to you, it's like, I learned that when I was 2. What are you talking about? Like, I don't know. So, Pisces, you're very wise, but to other people, they're like, oh my God. Well, you know how when they say men learning emotional intelligence, even if you're a man, I feel like you're very emotionally intelligent. Like you just know stuff. You're a Pisces. You're the last sign of the zodiac. You are all the zodiacs. You know what I'm saying? So this person could feel like you're very knowledgeable, okay? But you also kind of make people feel like they're stupid. Okay? It's something about that. Like you're like, how do you not know that? There's a vibe there that you make people, whether it's intentional or not. This person is like, the Pisces made me feel dumb, but at least I learned something. So this is okay. Let's see. Look, that's crazy. Spiritually woke. Okay. You're smart. You know stuff, Pisces. You just know stuff. Okay. So maybe people have to really like talk to you or have a real conversation with you in order to know that you're not just some spirited, free spirited, wild child that, doesn't know what they're doing with life. I feel like, what's that quote from The Office where he's like, he's happy because he's insane. No, no, no. Is that he was talking about, I think, some like animal or whatever. He's happy because he's insane. So people could see you, or this person could see you as someone who's like insane, or but you also come off very happy because you're crazy. I'm not saying you're crazy. I'm trying to make that make sense because I'm getting something like that. This person, whoever you're thinking about, they're like, the Pisces is only so happy go lucky because they understand a certain level of life, and that we're not going to be here again, and we're going to be 6 feet under, and so it's best to just live your best life and blah 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 blah. It's something like that. Okay, you know stuff, Pisces, or at least this person feels like you do. Okay, so it's something that you said. I don't know. It's something that you said that like changed this person's world. You could have said, watch for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, by the way. But you could have said, life's what you make it, bro. And this person's like, wow, yes. You know what? You're right. And this person's life is so changed now because you said life is what you make it. And to you, that's some basic knowledge, right? Like life is what you make it. So let's make it rock, okay? Hannah Montana, you know what I'm saying? Like this person is like, oh my God, now I can be free. If I want to be happy, I can be happy. If I want to be sad, I'm going to be sad. Or it's something, I don't know. This person's mentally stunted is what I want to say. Cuz I feel you, Pisces. It's like you learned that stuff way younger. And this person, I don't know how old they are, but for some reason, whatever you say to them or the things that you say to them, it's life changing. Okay? So and it's making me think of the how they call people NPCs and shit. It's giving that. You could feel like this person's like an NPC, okay, if you talk like that or whatever. Let's get 2 more, okay. We're almost done. Let's see. This person could feel like you want somebody back, or that this person wants you back. Yeah, and hope. Somebody's name could be Hope. Look, there's that deep shit again. Okay, we have swimming pool. We also had, I think, lake. Yeah, look, we did have 2 water cards. Okay, so this person feels like you're very deep, Pisces. I don't know. You give this person hope. Okay, and if you told somebody like, "Hey, I think you should go, go get your girl back. You fucked up, bro." You could be a man like talking to your homies or something, and you could have said, I wouldn't have done that if I was you. I understand where she's coming from, blah 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 blah. This person's like, oh my God, Pisces, you're right. Let me go get my girl back. Let me go get my man back. Let me apologize. Okay. So I don't know, you like talk some sense into people, but you see it as like common sense when other people are like, I don't know, they see it as something super profound, okay? I tried to make that make sense. Hopefully it does to you, okay? But we're done here, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, I think we're almost at, yes, perfect, actually. Okay, about to be an hour. Yep, right now. Okay, so I love how that happened. Okay, I wanted it to be exactly an hour. So keep in mind, if you would like a personal reading, you can always reach out to me. Okay, make sure to check my bio or the description box underneath every single video that I post, at least the live ones, okay? Personal readings are available anytime. Make sure to watch for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, okay? I appreciate every single one of you. Hopefully, my views will get back to normal, but if not, we're still gonna be here, okay? We're still gonna be here. So, I'm not giving up just because someone wants to give me to give up. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that, okay? So, um, a bitch always bounces back. Okay, so anyways, you guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to be live on TikTok later tonight to do personal readings. Okay, so if you want to get a technically a cheaper reading during my live, it is $8 for a mini. We are doing the June raffle today. Okay, so it starts today. For a chance for you guys to win 5 free questions. That is only on my TikTok. Okay, so keep that in mind. So if you want to get a chance in the raffle, go follow me over there. It is Backpack Tarot only page. Okay. And then every question that you get throughout this month of June, you will have a chance to win 5 free questions. Okay. So that being said, thank you. Thank you. And whether I see you guys later tonight on TikTok or not for personal readings, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.